Iraq Economic News and Points to Ponder Friday morning, June 13, 25. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Parliamentary security. Evacuation of the U.S. Embassy indicates a strike against Iran. Wish, 10:51 the 6th of December 2025. Mawazin News. Baghdad. Member of the Parliamentary Security and Defense Committee Mohammed al-Shamari confirmed on Thursday that the evacuation of the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad indicates the presence of a strike against Iran. He pointed out that Iraq is within the circle of the Iranian-American conflict and that military bases are within range of missiles. Al-Shamari said in a televised interview, the evacuation of the U.S. Embassy may indicate the presence of a strike against Iran, knowing that the Islamic Republic will respond anywhere connected to America and Israel, in addition to the close range of retaliatory strikes in Iraq. He added, Iraq's position is balanced in its relations with all parties, and Iraqi security is fully secured, but the external repercussions are uncontrollable. All we have to do is mediate if the other parties want to respond. He continued, Trump does not view countries as a parallel or equal party, but rather sees himself above everyone, and this is difficult to deal with. He added, both parties do not consider Iraq's good intentions and will, but rather see it as an arena for settling scores. Iraq is now within the circle of war between Iran and the U.S., and all its military bases are within range of Iranian missiles. He explained that Iraq has no official contact with Israel, and what halted the threatened strike on Iraq was the Iraqi government's high-level diplomacy, with the bulk of it coming from the United States. He continued, there is an agreement and a schedule for the full withdrawal of security forces from Iraq within the next year. Spokesman for the Commander-in-Chief, all diplomatic missions operating in Iraq enjoy the widest range of safe operations. Thursday, June 12, 2025, 1:42 p.m. Politics. Number of reads 374. Baghdad, Nina, the spokesman for the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Saba al-Numan, confirmed today, Thursday, that all Arab and foreign diplomatic missions operating in Iraq enjoy the widest range of safe work, freedom of communication and effectiveness, and carry out their activities normally, whether in the capital, Baghdad, or in the various governorates. Al-Numan told the official agency, the evacuation of some employees of the U.S. Embassy from Iraq or other regions in the Middle East is an organizational precautionary measure related to them, and has nothing to do with the presence of any field security indicator inside Iraqi territory. He added that all security indicators and briefings that we receive on a daily basis confirm the escalation of stability and the establishment of internal security throughout the country. He stressed that all Arab and foreign diplomatic missions operating in Iraq enjoy the widest range of safe work, freedom of communication and effectiveness, and carry out their activities normally, whether in the capital, Baghdad, or in the various Iraqi governorates, explaining that the security forces continue to implement their plans with high efficiency to ensure security and stability, and intelligence and field reports do not indicate the existence of actual threats that would affect the work of the missions or the general situation in the country. Al-Numan continued, the Joint Operations Command and other security agencies are following all developments and confirm the continuation of work with a high level of readiness and the ability to deal with any emergency in accordance with approved professional standards. Oil prices rebound after wave of anxiety in the Middle East economy. 9:20 the 6th of December 2025. Mawazin News. Follow-up. Oil prices retreated on Thursday, reversing gains made after exceeding $70 a barrel, due to moves to reduce the number of U.S. diplomats in the region and fears of a potential U.S.-Iranian clash. Brent crude futures fell 30 cents, or 0.4%, to $69.47 a barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate, WTI, crude fell 23 cents, or 0.3%, to $67.92 a barrel. The previous day, Brent and WTI rose more than 4% to their highest levels since early April, as U.S. President Donald Trump said the U.S. was moving its forces because the Middle East could be a dangerous place, and that the U.S. would not allow Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon. Escalating tensions with Iran have raised the possibility of oil supply disruptions, with the two sides scheduled to meet on Sunday. Some of the rally in oil prices that pushed Brent above $70 a barrel was overblown. The U.S. has not identified any specific threat of an Iranian attack, said Vivek Dar, Director of Mining and Energy Commodities Research at Commonwealth Bank of Australia. The pullback is logical, but the geopolitical premium that is keeping Brent above $65 a barrel is likely to persist until there is clarity on the U.S.-Iran nuclear talks. The dollar exchange rate rose in local markets economy, the 6th of December 2025 Mawazin News, Baghdad. The US dollar exchange rate rose on Thursday morning in Baghdad markets, with the following prices: 142,750 Iraqi dinars for sale per $100, and 140,750 dinars for purchase per $100. Gold continues to gain on Middle East tensions Thursday, June 12, 2025, 10:46 a.m., economic number of reads, 249. Baghdad, Nina. Gold continued its gains for the second session, supported by rising tensions in the Middle East, in addition to strengthening its appeal as a safe haven, after U.S. President Donald Trump said that he would notify trading partners of customs tariff rates within 1 to 2 weeks. According to Bloomberg, the precious metal rose by 0.6% to approach $3,373 per ounce, continuing the 1% gains it recorded in the previous session, when it also benefited from the decline of the dollar. Buying interest increased after the United States ordered some embassy staff to leave Baghdad and allowed families of American military personnel to leave the Middle East, following Iran's threat to attack U.S. bases if talks over its nuclear program collapse and it is attacked. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: Dinar Recaps.